Welcome to Personal Development Mastery Podcast, and this is another Snippets of Wisdom episode where I select my favorite, most insightful moments from previous episodes. Today's Snippet of Wisdom is very relevant to the recent shift of the podcast's direction towards spiritual content. If you've missed it, go back to episode 335 where I share with you the backstory behind this pivotal shift. And if you have listened to my story before, you might have heard me talk about when I was 20 studying dentistry in Greece, when my best friend decided to drop out of university and he went to Siberia and became a shaman and a spiritual teacher. His transformation at that time instilled the elements of spirituality that I still carry with me. In 2018, I interviewed him, and it was one of the very first podcast conversations I had. So I chose a couple of snippets from that conversation with the shaman Northern Deer Alexander, and the first snippet is about meditation, the benefits it brings, and some meditation techniques. And the other one is his answer when I asked, so what is a spiritual teacher? What does it mean? I hope you find his message and his answer as insightful as it has been for me.
The benefit of meditation basically is to realize that there is a flow, a stream of thinking in your mind, and you are clearly not involved in this stream of thinking.
Okay.
That really who you are, actually your authentic being, is outside of this stream of thinking, and that this stream of thinking happens by itself. It's an automated mechanism. The average person is identified with this stream of thinking, so whatever these thoughts are saying in your head, it becomes somehow your thoughts. You think that you are thinking these thoughts, so it comes from you.
Yes.
So what the thoughts say, it is your thoughts. It is what you have inside, is your truth or something like that. So you follow it. So if you have angry thoughts, then you are convinced that you are right to be angry. And this, exactly, for example, in this case of being angry, if you think that you are right to be angry, this will perpetuate your anger as long as the source of anger, which is somebody doing something to you,
Yes.
is not changing. And then you are trapped into negative thinking and negative emotions, which have negative result in your life. For example, if you want to create something and you have negative emotions, you cannot create, because creativity and negative emotions is the opposite energy.
Yes.
You cannot create while being angry. You cannot see your future while you are angry, or while you are depressed, or while you are afraid of something. If you look forward in your life, this is the most important. When you look forward in the life that is coming towards you from the future, let's say, you should be excited for what is waiting for you. If you are stressed or disappointed or just bored, waiting the same and the same, or just not seeing anything in front of you, just a gray, cloud, this will be like your creation of your future. And nobody likes this. But this is how we live. Actually, we don't expect something great. But it's not only about expectation, it's about your vision, the way you see the future. If you see the future as something that is your aspiration and that you are looking forward to it, it means you see something great there and you are going towards this thing. So you create this kind of path to connect you and this thing that you are expecting. Meditation will help you to cut this unconscious identification.
It's the identification,
with the stream of
yes.
thinking.
I remember something that Eckhart Tolle said, that if I can hear the thoughts, whose thoughts are they, if it is someone else that is hearing those
Yes,
thoughts.
exactly.
In terms of a technique, meditation techniques that you mentioned earlier, is there something that you would recommend or something that people could start with on their meditation journey?
Yes, there are many meditation techniques. One very simple way of meditating is walking in nature. But you need to do it in such a way that you are not simply walking in nature and thinking about your office and about your problems, but really allow yourself, as while you walk on nature, to connect with your environment and to appreciate your environment.
Okay.
If you cannot do this, then you have to focus on your breathing. One meditation technique, very known, is to feel the air that is coming inside and outside of you. This helps you to enter in the meditative state, simply sitting down and observing your breath. More advanced, more helpful would be also to feel that while breathing in, clean, fresh energy of life is coming to you, to have this feeling that some kind of fuel, some kind of energy is entering you, and while you exhale, the old energy, the old things in you, going out. So what you want to get rid of, you exhale it, and what you want to have, new, you inhale it.
Okay.
And you can meditate like this. Breathe in, absorbing something higher and new that you would like. Even if it is not clear defined, just breathe it. Breathe in the fresh air, like this. You take new energy, and when you exhale, let go of something, like an old habit, for example. Okay. Just every exhalation, you sit down for 15 minutes, and every exhalation, you let go of, a habit that you have. Spiritual teacher is a general term that defines all the people who are trying to lead others into an evolutionary process, to initiate them into a process of evolution with a purpose of awakening. Awakening of what? Awakening of the true essence of who we are. Yes? All this knowledge says that we are born. When we are born, we come, let's say, as a natural being. But then the education put in us different ideas about, for example, who we are, who we should be, how we should live, and so on. And many times these ideas are making us deviate from our nature. Well, for example, that you should always act in a certain way. Like some protocols in life.
Yes.
Although these are okay for survival and for being able to behave naturally in a group of people where it's a mass of people and so on. If somebody identifies with this and thinks that this is who he is or who he should be in the essence, not externally, then the person loses himself and starts acting in accordance to the program that is put in him, not to who he really is. For example, if you are in a job, like a military job, for example, and I have nothing against military, but this is just an example. It can be anything, like a doctor, the lawyer, and you have to behave in your job in a certain way, for example, in military, to give orders. And if you become identified with this trait, then you start giving orders, for example, to your wife, to your kid, to everyone around.
Yes, I understand.
And you think that you are this person who has power over others.
Yes.
It becomes a habit. So the spiritual teacher is somebody who has understood the nature of things. In India they call this the Dharma.
Yes.
And he's helping people by teaching them and initiating them to their true nature to realign with their Dharma, with their naturalness, to be natural, to be themselves, and to snap out of all this programming that because this program is the reason of unhappiness, of disease, of conflict. So this is a spiritual teacher, somebody who is teaching the Dharma, who is teaching the natural way of living.
Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this episode, can you find one person that you think it would add value to and share it with them? I would really appreciate you. It helps grow the show and it also helps you add value to people you care about. Thank you so much. Until next time, stand out, don't fit in,